Yes, sir.
I'll do the introduction over at the end.
All right.
I'll do Tessa. You give a little bit while she's doing her basic script. You give a little bit about each team and how they got here.
Yep.
And then we'll jump over there and go from there.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's Division I Championship for Softball 2021. We're here at the Waco ISD Athletic Complex. It's a beautiful day. Temperature in the low 70s. We've got a 5 to 10 mile an hour blowing dead out over center field. We appreciate you joining us for today's contest. The week started out wet. It's come back dry here on Saturday. We're looking forward to an exciting championship between the Apache of Antonian College Prep from San Antonio and the Cardinals of John Paul II from Plano. It's a Plano-San Antonio matchup here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Thank you for joining us for today's championship. We'd also like to send a shout of thanks out to TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, for providing officials for both today's and all of our 27 contests here this weekend. Behind the plate, Lynn Dupree. First base will be Chris Schumann, and third base will be Roland Gonzalez. They're from the Southeast Texas chapter here to officiate today's contest. Officials, we couldn't do the contest without you. Call your own just doesn't work in a championship series. Thank you for keeping the games on track and on target and inside the rules. The officials from Southeast Texas, behind the plate, Lee Dupree. First base, Chris Schumann. Third base, Roland Gonzalez. Thank you again for joining us on today's championship broadcast on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Again, it's the Apache of Antonian College Prep. It's the Cardinals of John Paul II here in the Division I Championship for Softball 2021.
Good morning, everyone. We have found some keys, and they are up in the...
Again, thank you for joining us for today's contest between the Cardinals of John Paul II and the Apache of San Antonio Antonian College Prep. For Antonian, we're represented by Haley Sanka, Giannis Morales, Lindsay Olivari, Ella Hutzler, Lauren Sanchez, Andrea Guerra, Kelsey Silva, Milani Muir, Esther Martinez, and Christina Mendiola will be our pitcher in the circle today. For the Cardinal of John Paul II, Emma Rodriguez, Emily Jonte, Aubrey Hutzler, Taylor Marchant, Samantha Sandler, Sarah Lyons, Hannah Jackson, Grace Childers, and Ansley Bogue. In the circle today, starting off for the Cardinals, Emily Jonte. Thank you again for joining us on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV for today's championship contest. We need to send a shout of thanks out to Wilson. Wilson, the official ball sponsor of TAPS. Thank you, Wilson, for supporting all of our team sports. We also need to say thank you for Larry Lasky and Children's Health Andrews Institute. Larry's been here all week, keeping our athletes safe on and off the field. The Division I Championships from Waco, Texas. Mike, tell us a little bit about how both teams got here.
Okay, first for our designated home team today, the Antonian Apaches. They were the champions out of District 3, which is in the San Antonio area, topping their longtime and fierce rivals, San Antonio Incarnate Word, for the district championship this year. Their opening round was a 19-0 win over, excuse me, their opening was a 15-0 win over Beaumont Monsignor Kelly, and they defeated Beaumont Monsignor Kelly, and then they defeated the second place team out of. Hang on, looking at. They won their regional round yesterday, 7-6, and then. Yesterday, they topped their longtime rival, Houston St. Agnes, 4-3 in a thrilling contest. John Paul II was the champions out of District 2. They defeated Argyle Liberty Christian 11-0 in their area round game. They advanced with a 10-6 win advanced to Final Four with a 10-6 win over Dallas Bishop Lynch. And then yesterday, they defeated Ursuline Academy 10-2 to head to the state final championship game today.
All right, Mike is done and we're ready to go. Go ahead.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools and Waco ISD welcome you to the Waco ISD Athletic Complex for today's Division I State Championship softball game between the Antonian College Preparatory Apaches and the John Paul II Cardinals. This contest is governed by the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools to promote good sportsmanship and fair play among its member schools. We ask that all fans act in a responsible and courteous manner at all times. The umpires of today's contest are our guests and should be treated as so. Please refrain from going onto the field following the game so that the next teams can begin their warm-ups. TAPS would like to also express its appreciation for Wilson Sporting Goods, the official ball for TAPS, for providing the game balls for this contest. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to home plate. TAPS would like to honor Mr. Joe Brown for his service to TAPS. For the past 5 years, Joe has been instrumental in securing and scheduling excellent officials for our championship games. Thank you, Joe. Also present for today's presentation is Mr. Mike Fitch, the Executive Director of TASO. Now introducing the visiting team for this game, John Paul II Cardinals. At center field, number 1, Emma Rodriguez. Pitching, number 13, Emily Jonte. Catching, number 6, Aubrey Hetzler. Playing right field, number 5, Taylor Martin. At third base, number 14, Sammy Samler. At first base, number 12, Sarah Lyons. At shortstop, number 7, Hannah Jackson. At second base, number 8, Grace Childers. At left field, number 3, Ansley Vogue. John Paul is coached by head coach Jamie Baker Nelson and assisted by Romeo Calhoun and John Griffin. Introducing the home team for this game, Antonian College Preparatory Apaches. At shortstop, number 22, Hayla Sanka. At first base, number 18, Janice Morales. Catching, number 16, Lindsay Olivari. At third base, number 40, Ella Hutzler. At second base, number 20, Lauren Sanchez. As a designated player, number 32, Andrea Guerra. At right field, number 9, Kelsey Silva. At left field, number 3, Melanie Muir. At center field, number 1, Esther Martinez. In the flex position and pitching today, number 2, Christina Mendiola. The Apaches are coached by Gina Ramirez and assisted by Coach Ray Solis. Head coach Johnny Villanueva. At this time, Deacon Joseph of Antonian High School will lead the invocation, followed by our national anthem.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, in your great love and mercy, you have blessed us in abundance with the talents and abilities necessary to play as champions today. Each of these teams here today are on fire with purpose and determination. They know that nothing is impossible for one who believes, but for a team who plays for God's glory and honor. So, Heavenly Father, we give thanks, especially for giving us what it takes to play this game that we love. Please bless these players from both teams and keep them safe from all serious injury. Bless also these coaches who help us to be the champions we are created to be. Each day, gracious Father, we'll remember our beloved parents, guardians, and friends whose love and support has been and continues to be a positive force for good in our lives. Bless also the umpires for today's game. In a special way, we remember our troops throughout the world, along with all police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical responders who protect our freedom. O Mary, Mother of Mercy, our light, our sweetness, and our hope, we entrust these players, coaches, and everyone here to your immaculate heart, and pray that the saving sacrifice of your Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, will bring peace and healing to our lives, to our nation, and to the world. As we pray, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Our Lady of Guadalupe, pray for us. Our Lady of the Rosary, pray for us. Saint Joseph, pray for us. Our Lady of Good Success, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you again for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's Division I Championship, live from Waco ISD Stadium. Thank you, Waco ISD, for hosting today's championships. As we come through a year after the pandemic, as the pandemic comes to a close here in Texas, we're so happy to be able to produce championships. We didn't have them last year. We didn't have a champion for 2021. This is the last team championship to be crowned. Baseball and softball both playing today. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's championship contest. First, left field, Milani Muir. Center field, Esther Martinez. Right field, Kelsey Silva. Third base, Ella Hutzler. Shortstop, Haley Sanka. Second base, Lauren Sanchez. At first base, Giannis Morales. Behind the plate, Lindsay Olivari. And in the circle, Christina Mendiola. Thank you again for joining us here today for this contest. Thank you to the Southeast chapter of Tasso for being here to officiate the game. Again, we want to send a shout of thanks out to Lee Dupree, who will be behind the plate. First base is Chris Schumann. Third base, Roland Gonzalez. The first three batters for the Cardinal will be Emma Rodriguez, our center fielder, Emily Jonte, our starting pitcher, and catcher Aubrey Hutzler. Thank you again for joining us for today's broadcast. We will be back momentarily for the beginning of the Division I Softball Championship for 2021.
As Jamie Baker-Nelson, the head coach of the Cardinals, takes her spot near third base.
Leading this game off, number 1, Emma Rodriguez.
Here's Emma Rodriguez. She is the team's leading home run hitter. A bit surprising for the leadoff batter to be the team's leading home run hitter, but she hit her 12th home run yesterday, one of 3 round trippers that the Cardinals hit against Urson Academy.
Here we go. It's going to be Christina Mendiola facing off against Emma Rodriguez in the top of the first. First pitch. Going to be ball 1.
Mendiola, a freshman pitcher. A little bit unusual at these higher levels to see a freshman being the starting pitcher, but she's obviously good enough that they gave her the spot yesterday, and she pitched a complete game.
Strike 1 evens the count at 1-1. Emma Rodriguez, center fielder, at the plate.
Mendiola finding the inside corner of the plate right there. Swung on foul back to the screen. He gets a count of 1-2.
Mendiola induced quite a few of the foul balls yesterday. She continues that trend today. On deck, starting pitcher for the Cardinals, Emily Jonte. Third batter will be Aubrey Hutzler.
That pitch on the inside, or too far inside. Evens the count at 2.
Infielders stay shaded in a couple of steps. Outfield dead away. Wind blowing out. They're at the track. Ball's popped up. See who can find it. It's going to be Mendiola. Mendiola makes the catch. 4 Apaches converge at home plate. Mendiola goes away with the out. That's a put out for Christina Mendiola. That will bring up our starting pitcher for the Cardinal, Emily Jonte. In the on-deck circle, Aubrey Hutzler.
At the plate, number 13, Emily Jonte.
And we almost had a little collision there between Morales and Mendiola, which you never want to see that happening.
I was more worried about the bat that they were all about to trip over, but we cleared it out. Good job that time by the ladies. We are 1 out here in the top of the first. Jonte coming to the plate for the Cardinal.
Jonte hit one of the 3 home runs for John Paul II yesterday. The other one was by Sarah Lyons, who had a 3-run homer to break the game open against Dallas Urson Academy. That one hits the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Mendiola getting up on the count quickly.
Mendiola's working a little faster today here in the top of the first than she did yesterday. Here comes the pitch. Ball sent to the second baseman. Nice catch and a putout for Lauren Sanchez. 2 outs in the inning. That's going to bring up third batter Aubrey Hutzler with Taylor Marchin. Marchin started in right field. She pitched some yesterday. She brings some pop as well. So at the plate, Aubrey Hutzler for the Cardinal of John Paul II.
Yeah, Lauren Sanchez well positioned, only had to make one step to her left to snag that ball and record out number 2.
Fouled back off the right-hand side. Count goes to 0-1 with 2 out.
And all of the outfielders for the Apaches are stationed pretty deep out there. They are respecting John Paul II's power.
Right field is shaded way around the right side, so if you aim for that Bush's chicken shine, you might have some opportunity. Here comes the pitch. Inside.
That one was well high. That'll make the count 2-1 now.
Wind's picked up since the game began. Not as high right here by home plate, but by the time you get to the outfield, the flag's standing pretty straight with that wind going 10 to 15 straight over the center field fence. Yesterday, the Cardinals were able to take advantage of that for 3 home runs. It goes to a 3-1 count with 2 out and nobody on here in the top of the first. Strike 2 brings the count full. 3-2 the count, 2 out, top of the first, nobody on. Number 6, catcher Aubrey Hutzler. On deck, Taylor Marchin. In the circle, Christina Mendiola and her battery mate behind the plate, Lindsay Olivari.
Mendiola painting the inside part of the plate there. Swung on and driven into right field, out near that Bush's chicken sign. And Hutzler is going to dig for second, and she is going to make it. Sliding double. As the John Paul fans are cheering her on, she's trying to fire them up. And the Cardinals now have a runner on second as Taylor Marchin comes to the plate, the right fielder.
At the plate, number 5, Taylor Marchin.
Looking to see if they can get a 2-out rally going here.
Marchin'd really like to get a nice hit here. Bring that runner at second base home. 2 out, 1 on. Hutzler gave a quick step towards third base, but returns to second. 1-0 the count, 2 out. Marchin at the batter's box. Samantha Samler, third baseman in the on-deck circle. Mendiola's pitch sent to right field. Right fielder coming on.
Selva records out number 3. So they're a half inning of play here at Waco ISD Field. Our score is the John Paul II Cardinals 0 and the Antonian Apaches coming to bat. You are listening and watching the live coverage of the TAPS State Softball Championships here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
For the Cardinal, it will be Emily Jonte coming to the circle. Behind the plate, we're going to have Aubrey Hutzler, who was stranded at second base. First 3 up for the Apache, Haley Sanka, Giannice Morales, and Lindsay Olivari. As Mike said, thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's contest.
Getting our tickets. As we've all been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic this year, the electronic and touchless options for tickets have become more and more important, and TAPS has partnered with Hometown Ticketing to make that available to us. You can check out more by going to the TAPS website of taps.biz and click on the Hometown Ticketing marked link. That's Hometown Ticketing, and a proud partner of TAPS. I'd also like to spend a big special shout out once again to the folks from Andrews Institute for Children's Health, providing the trainers for this weekend's contests.
Emily Jonte, yesterday's starting pitcher, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. She was in control with the Cardinal lead. She gave way to right fielder Taylor Marchand to close out the game. Emily Jonte, Aubrey Hetzler of the battery. First 3 batters, Haley Sanka, Giannis Morales, and Lindsay Olivari for the Apache. It's the Apaches from San Antonio, Antonian College Prep, and from Plano, John Paul II High School. Thank you for joining us for today's contest. Plate umpire Lee Dupree calls us back to action.
For the Apaches, number 22, Haley Santos.
Momentary stop in the action with no fence out in the bullpens. We had to get a young lady out there to protect the catcher and the pitcher warming up. Now we go to the bottom of the second, Mike.
And we'll let you know if that comes into play on balls that might get booted out there. Here's Jonte's first pitch of the contest. Called ball. Sanka looked like she was trying to go for the moving slap hit. We'll see if she tries that or keeps her base.
She recorded the last out of the top half of the inning, trying to get the Apache started.
And the count goes to 2-0 on Jonte. Trying to keep those pitches away, but need to bring them in a little bit closer to tickle the outside part of the plate.
Third base is up midway back to the home plate. First base up 4 or 5 steps. We'll see where Jonte decides to place this ball to the left-handed hitting Silva.
Sanka faking the bunt right there. As ball 3, as Aubrey Hutzler comes out to have a quick word with Emily Jonte.
Jonte is working a little quicker as well, Mike.
Yeah, not as much checking with the dugout as they were yesterday. Ball 4, and Haley Sanka draws a leadoff walk on 4 pitches. And that's going to bring Giannis Morales, the first baseman, up to bat.
Up to bat, number 18, Janice Morales.
Hutzler behind the plate, Jonte in the circle.
Jonte trying to find her location after issuing a 4-out walk to the leadoff man. And here's an attempted stolen base. Throw
Ball
down
bounces in. Throw goes to center field. Nice backup that time by Emma Rodriguez, so that could have been trouble, Mike.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, if Rodriguez hadn't been charging that ball, that one could have been at least one more base, possibly 2, depending on how far that ball gets away.
Sometimes that turf gives a pretty true bounce, a little hard for the catcher to control. 1-0 our count. Jonte with the pitch.
Well outside. And we'll have another little discussion here between Aubrey Hutzler and Emily Jonte. Cardinals will be willing to go to a second to an alternate pitcher today if they have to. That is the right fielder, Taylor Marchand. Came on after 4 innings yesterday and finished the game out. Although I think they would definitely like to wait to use her until the later innings. Jonte looking in. Swung on, driven into left field. Left fielder is back, and that's Ainsley Bogue makes the catch. The runner tags. And Sanka gets into second. So a long out, but it is productive as Sanka heads from second to third and is now 60 feet away.
16, Lindsay Olivari up to bat.
And the catcher, Lindsay Olivari, is up to bat now for the Apaches, who are looking to draw first blood here in the first inning.
Morales did exactly what she wanted to do, which was move that first run up. Right-handed hitting Olivari, our catcher.
Low for ball one.
Jonte steps in, ready to pitch. Infield even. Ball sent out of play to the right-hand side. 1-1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 on. Down at third base, we have number 22, Haley Sanka. She's our starting shortstop.
Swung on a miss, goes to, and they're going to call that a foul ball instead. Looked like it had gone to the backstop, but our home plate umpire, Lee Dupree, rules that it was tipped and fouled back.
After 10 games so far of watching out in this field, Mike, that's the kind of ball that's going to get away and lead to a run if it wasn't tipped. 1-2 the count, 1 out.
Jonte looking in, Jonte dealing. Inside.
Count evens at 2-2. Down at third base, Haley Sanka. In the on deck circle, Ella Hutzler.
Infield drawn in. Swung on, and that one is lined down, but it is going to go out of play.
Count remains 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Apache do have a runner in scoring position at third base.
Looked promising off the bat, but continued to slice to the right, which for those of you who golf, you're probably more than familiar with a shot that looks great off the tee and then slices right. Jonte looking, Jonte dealing. Swung on, right back up the middle. That's going to score the first run of the game as Olivari comes through. Jonte didn't have much of a chance, did not have a real good chance to snag that ball. So Antonian takes a 1-0 lead here on the bottom of the first.
Now batting number 40, Ella Hutzler.
We're going to get a courtesy runner, Mike.
Yeah, that looks like, let's double check the number. That is number 8, Andrea Martinez, coming on to courtesy run for the catcher, Lindsay Olivari. Ella Hutzler, our third baseman, now up to bat. As Coach Jamie Baker Nelson comes out to have a word with her battery. One out, one on here in the bottom of the first. As Antonian has used some timely hitting and base running to get the first run of this game.
Andrea Martinez out at first base, courtesy runner. At the plate, Ella Hutzler. Brings that one in.
That'll be strike right there. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Jonte seems whatever Coach Baker Nelson told them, or told her starting pitcher, seems to be working, because that's 2 quick strikes right there. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh, correction, that's strike 2.
Count evens at 2-2. 1 out.
I thought
he was loud on his ball call on that first one. We recorded it as a strike, but it is 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Hutzler at bat. Sanchez in the on-deck circle. She gets the strikeout, finishes it off.
There's strike 3.
At the plate, number 20, Lauren Sanchez.
Second baseman Lauren Sanchez. Jonte, after some early struggles locations, now seem to find the zone. Paints the inside corner of the plate there to record strike 1. Swung on and foul back. That brings the count to 0-2. Here's a pitch, swung on, right to the third baseman.
Samantha Samler. Good job by Miss Samler. Gets him out of the inning. However, the Apache do come across with 1 run after 1 complete. It's the Apache of Antonian College Prep 1, the Cardinals of John Paul II 0. Thank you again for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's contest. Third baseman made the fly out to end the bottom of the first. It's number 14, Samantha Samler. On deck, Sarah Lyons. Third batter will be Hannah Jackson.
As the freshman pitcher, Christina Mendiola, steps up to the spot in the circle. Or is getting ready to. As Samler now steps in the box. Here's the pitch. And that one is high and over everyone for ball 1. Mendiola looking, and here's the pitch. Hits the inside part of the plate, strike 1. Antonian is part of an extremely strong District 3 in softball, because it's not only them, but also longtime power San Antonio and Carter Word. Antonian was the district champ this year and got the better of their rivals.
Swing and miss on that one brings the count to 1-2. 1-2 to number 14. That's Samantha Samler.
But if you're able to survive that survive that team, you know you're a very good squad. And Antonian is definitely that. Here's a pitch. Swung on.
Ball sent high, see if it goes out of play. No play in the stands either. Ball falls to the ground. 1-2 remains the count. Nobody on. Nobody out. Top of the second.
Kind of surprised I don't see more people with gloves out here, with being as close as they are and the propensity of foul balls to come back to their area. Here's Mendiola's pitch. Swung on and into right field for a base hit. Samler is going to stop at first. Cardinals have their second base run of the day. And that is going to bring up Sarah Lyons, the first baseman.
Now batting number 12, Sarah Lyons.
Lyons hit the 3-run home run that broke the game open against Ursuline Academy yesterday, and the Cardinals 10-2 win. There's Mendiola's pitch. Fouled off by Sarah Lyons on the attempted bunt. And that's, and knowing that she's might be looking for the bunt, draws the infield in. In particular, Morales, the first baseman, and the third baseman, Hutzler.
Mendiola's pitch pulls back the bunt.
And
she may have her. She was straying off first base. That's number 14, Samantha Samler, was straying. Morales just couldn't quite get the glove down. I'm sorry, it was second baseman that time, Lauren Sanchez, coming in behind. Good snap throw by Lindsay Olivari, unable to erase the runner. We still have a runner on first base. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 2. She came in quite a few times yesterday. That's Mia Riccio.
I think Coach Baker Nelson does not want to repeat again, putting in the speedy Michio out there. Lyons back into the box. Here's pitch. Lyons showing the bunt again. A count of 2-1. Mendiola trying to work around the leadoff single. Attempted bunt goes foul, so that brings the count to 2-2, and that is probably they'll probably be calling the bunt off at this point.
They used the short game well yesterday. See if they go to the long game here. Mendiola in the circle. Lyons at the plate and Riccio on first base.
Just off the inside part of the plate.
Count goes full.
Good eye by Jackson there, not to swing at that one. So here comes the payoff pitch from Mendiola as she checks her wristband.
First and third both back, even with the bag.
Swung on and
so
popped
you could
up.
get there. Here comes Morales. She makes the
diving catch by Morales. As she gives virtual daps to the rest of the infield. But a terrific play there by Giannice Morales, charging in, diving, and catching that for the first out. And we got shortstop Hannah Jackson up next.
She'll be followed by Grace Childers. Riccio still on first base now with 1 out.
At the plate, number 7, Hannah Jackson.
Ball 1 counts 1-0, 1 out, 1 on. Number 7 at the plate. Shortstop Hannah Jackson. Mendiola in the circle, Olivari behind the plate. There's a strike. 1-1-1. 1 out, 1 strike, 1 ball.
Of note, Hutzler, the third baseman, and Sanka, the shortstop, are both wearing the protective face masks.
Swing sends the ball out of play over the right-hand side of the net. Brings our count to 1-2 here in the top of the second. 1 out.
You particularly want, I think most third basemen wear the protective face masks. If you're at that hot corner in line shot heads your way, there's not much time to get out of the way of that thing.
Infield's playing back straight away for the outfield. Ball goes high to even the count at 2-2.
Swing and a miss. And Jackson goes down on strikes. Grace Childers, the second baseman, now up to bat as Mendiola looks to get out of this inning after giving up the leadoff hit. Swung on and fouled off to the right.
Riccio stays out at first base. They'd sure like to get her on around and get this thing tied up. It's a 1-0 Apache lead over the Cardinal.
Quick conversation among the infield as the freshman pitcher Mendiola pitches and fouled back. 0-2 the count now to Grace Childers. If she does get on, Ainsley Bogue, the left fielder, will come on. Or Ainsley Bogue, excuse me. Mendiola looking, throwing. Well too high for Jackson to offer at, for Childers to offer at. Swung on, foul back. Off the pole there.
Count remains 1-2 with 2 out. 1 on. Riccio at first base. Grace Childers, second baseman, at the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Mendiola works around that leadoff single. So after an inning and a half here of play at the TAPS State Softball Championships at Waco ISD, our score remains Antonian Apaches 1, John Paul II Cardinals 0. You are watching and listening to continuing coverage of the TAPS State Softball Championships here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
Thank you again for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We return for the bottom half of the second. It's the Apaches at bat, Division I Softball 2021. It's the Apache of San Antonio, Antonian College Prep, and the Cardinal. Jonte for the Cardinals with the pitch. Ball sails high into the fence for ball 1.
We got Angie Aguera, the designated player, up to bat now. Guerra Aguera. Inside, that'll be ball 2. Jonte had a little bit of issue with control early in the first inning and settled down to record a couple strikeouts and get out of the inning with only giving up 1 run. They're not swinging. The Apaches are being very patient at the plate. As the count goes to 3-0. And Guerra draws the leadoff walk. That is what happened in the first inning for Haley Sanka, and she came around to score, so we'll see if the Apaches can repeat history.
Up to bat number 9, Kelsey Silva.
That's going to bring up Kelsey Silva. Silva is the starting right fielder for Antonian. Showing bunt. Guerra hustles back to first base as Hutzler, the catcher, Aubrey Hutzler, that is, came up looking like she was ready to snap a throw down to first. It's 1-0 the count, and showing the bunt and lays down the bunt. Picked up by Jonte over to Lyons for the out, but that does advance Guerra to second, so the sacrifice bunt is successful. And we're going to have Milani Muir, the number 8 hitter, the left fielder, coming up to bat now. Jonte looking in, and here's the pitch. That one looked like it hit the inside part of the plate, but it might have been a bit low. So the count goes to 1-0 now to the number 8 hitter, Muir. She's going to be followed by Esther Martinez and the leadoff batter, Haley Sanka. And the pitch. That one is low for ball 2. And Aubrey Hutzler calls time to come on out and talk with her starting pitcher. There are 2 Hutzlers in the game today, one for Plano John Paul II, that is Aubrey Hutzler, and then there's Ella Hutzler, the starting third baseman for San Antonio Antonian. Here's a pitch. And that one's in there for strike 1. As Aubrey Hutzler gives a fist pump of excitement to her starting pitcher, working to keep her pumped up. Here's a pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and that'll even the count at 2-2 now. Pitch swung on, and that one is declared a foul ball. It hit the catcher. So everybody will head back to from whence they came. And Muir digs in with a 2-2 count. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. As Aubrey Hutzler shouts some words of encouragement to Emily Jonte. And the center fielder for the Apaches, Esther Martinez, is coming up to the plate now. With 2 outs, runner on second is Andrea Guerra. That one's in there for strike 1. Martinez would like to get on base at a minimum and get the top of the order back up. Tries to go for the slapper. Misses, and it's 0-2 the count now. As Jonte's coming back after the leadoff walk. Here's the pitch. Swung on, right to the third baseman, over to first. That is Sandler to Lyons to record the out. So the Apaches leave a runner on, and after 2 innings of play, our score remains. The Antonian Apaches 1, the John Paul II Cardinals 0, here at the 2021 TAPS Softball Championships on TAPS TV. On TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And we're back here for the top of the third here at the 2021 TAPS Division I State Championships. The Antonian College Prep Apaches are leading the John Paul II Cardinals 1-0. And we're going to start off with the left fielder, number 3, Ansley Bogue. She's the number 9 hitter in the order. And she's going to try and bunt her way on. That one is bunted foul. 0-1 the count. Bunted and fielded by Mendiola over to first base. Morales. Excuse me, that was Lauren Sanchez, who was actually covering first as Morales was coming in to field the bunt.
Number 1, leadoff hitter Emma Rodriguez.
But Mendiola did a nice job of handling that ball and getting it over for the out. So we're back to the leadoff hitter, Emma Rodriguez. She's a leadoff hitter who has 12 home runs on the year, so she's got some pop in her bat. Here's a pitch. Swung on and into left field, but the left fielder, Milani Muir, playing back, was right there to catch that ball. The Apaches are respecting the power of the Cardinals by playing well back in the infield. And that will bring Emily Jonte to the plate, the starting pitcher. Hopes to get a 2-out rally going.
At the plate.
Swung on and fouled off. It went into the out-of-bounds territory. Even if somebody from Antonian had caught it, it would not have counted. We'll explain the out-of-bounds rules if it comes into play. Here's the pitch. And in there, 1-1 the count. As Emily Jonte looks to help her cause. Here's a pitch. And Mendiola finds the inside part of the plate. Swung on, back up the middle for a base hit for Emily Jonte. That one was a rocket shot, and Mendiola did not have much of a chance to get it, and he went a little too fast for Sanka as well. But that's going to bring up our starting catcher, Aubrey Hutzler. And the wind is seeming to pick up a little bit out there. The flag is blowing straight out, looks like in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range. Swung on and fouled off. 0-1 the count. Mendiola checking her wristband, and here's a pitch. Swung on, right back to her, bobbles, but she's able to recover it and throw it over to Giannice Morales for the third out of the inning. And that's going to bring us through 2.5 innings of play. Our score is Antonian Apaches 1, John Paul II Cardinals 0. You are listening and watching to continuing coverage of the TAPS State Softball Championships here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
If there's any pain, okay?
Get knocked down, you get back up.
You get knocked down, you get back up.
At Children's Health Andrews Institute, we're here to turn your kid into a comeback kid.
You get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up.
Here at Waco ISD Fields, where we have the 2021 TAPS Baseball and Softball Championships going on. This is our Division I Softball Championship. Coming to the plate right now for the Antonian Apaches is the leadoff hitter, number 22, Haley Sanka. Sanka came around to score in the first inning after drawing a walk. That one's in there for strike one. Advancing to second on a wild pitch. Moved over to third on a long fly out and scored on a hit. That one is a ball. 1-1 the count. Sanka steps back into the batter's box. There's Jonte's pitch, swung on and hit into left field. A misplay out there, backed up by the center fielder. But Sanka's, and we almost had a bit of a disaster on the base pass as the throw-in got past the shortstop Jackson, but Childers was there to back it up, and Sanka had straight off a little bit. Giannis Morales, who had the long fly ball to advance Sanka in the first inning. Takes over. Steps out and gets a couple practice swings in. And now she's ready. Here's the pitch from Jonte. Oh, and they almost caught Sanka there. She was moving and got a little too far away. The throwdown was a little bit late. Otherwise, they could have had her. There's Jonte's pitch. It's been a good weekend for San Antonio softball here at the TAP State Championships. Holy Cross of San Antonio won the Division III championship on Thursday with a 10-0 win over Bay Area Christian. Swung on, fouled back, and that's 1-2 the count. Also like to congratulate our Division IV champion, Hallettsville Sacred Heart. They triumphed over Fort Worth Temple Christian 13-3 on Thursday in the championship games. And we're going to have one more contest after this. That's Division II championship featuring Grapevine Faith Christian. As Giannis Morales swings and misses at a ball well outside. Emily Jonte got her to go fishing there.
At the plate, number 16, Lindsay Olivari.
Jonte got her to go fishing there, and she wound up with an alligator gar. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed by number 16, Lindsay Olivari, the starting catcher for the Apaches. As Jonte is looking to work around the opening hit by Sanka. Off the plate and a little bit low, strike two. Excuse me, ball one. 1-1 the count. And we're going to have pause here for a mound conference. This is not the head coach, Coach Baker Nelson, coming out. This looks like one of the assistant coaches. Looks like Romeo Calhoun. I think if Coach Baker Nelson comes back out again, they may be having to pull the starting pitcher, which is not what they want to do at this point in the contest. This looks more like a strategy session right there. As the Cardinals break and head back to their positions, Sanka, after talking with head coach Johnny Villanueva, heads back to second base. So 1-1 count here is the pitch to Olivari, swung on and fouled that out of play. Over down the right field side. One and two the count. Jonte looking. Swung on and foul back again to the screen. Shaking off the sign. And Olivari's decided that she's hung around the batter's box long enough for a pitch. Steps out and steps back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three, but it's a drop strike, so we'll fire down to first to get the runner. Hutzler over to Lyons to record the out, but Sanka does move over to third base, so a wild pitch or a pass ball right here could score a run. The distance between home plate and the backstop is not very deep, and the backstop is pretty solid. So you could a pass ball directly back there, but forget that. It's a hit over to the shortstop, over to first base. Jackson the Lions to record the third out of the inning, as the threat is neutralized. And after 3 full innings of play here at the TAPS Softball Championships in Division I, it is the Apaches of Antonian College Prep 1, the Cardinals of John Paul II High School 0, here on continuing coverage on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Emma Rodriguez, the center fielder for the Cardinals, leading off. Correction, that's number 5, Taylor Marchin.
I'm sorry, number 5, Taylor Marchin.
Marchin, the starting right fielder and the cleanup hitter for the Cardinals. Here's a pitch. And that one is well outside by Mendiola. Opens up the count 1-0. Morales comes in to offer some encouragement. Morales definitely seems to be the one who seems to be the person who keeps that infield pumped up. Swung on and missed. Actually fouled back. As that ball seemed to hit the catcher's mask a little bit. Always a dangerous proposition behind the plate, even with masks on. 1-1 the count now from Mendiola to Marchin. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Marchin actually came on in the 5th inning yesterday to finish out the game on the pitcher's circle. Pitch swung on, hit high into center field. Rodriguez going back, and it is gone! Taylor Marchin almost hitting the scoreboard in center field out there. And she has just tied this game up 1-1 for John Paul II as her teammates come out to greet her. The Cardinals have called themselves Phi Delta Slamma all year. They have used the power game to their advantage. They hit 3 home runs yesterday against Dallas Ursuline Academy, and now they've gotten one here to tie the contest up in the top of the 4th. And some sort of a quick umpire discussion over here. The infield's coming in, and Coach Johnny Villanueva comes out to talk to his players, calm them down. Mendiola has pitched a terrific game so far today, but sometimes if you let a power hitting team get a hold of one, It's going to go, and that one went.
Up to bat, number 14, Sammy Samuel.
Sammy Samler, the starting third baseman, into the game. Here's a pitch. In there for strike one. Good sign from Mendiola, trying to shake off that home run. Swung on, missed, strike two. And Esther Martinez, actually the center fielder for Antonian, she really had no shot at that ball. It was well high and over the fence. Almost hit the Bush's Chicken sign on the bottom side of the Waco ISD scoreboard. That one is high and outside for ball number one. And if you're ever in the Waco area, you've probably become very familiar with Bush's Chickens. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off. Keep staying alive right there. Mendiola checking her wristband after getting the call. Here's a pitch. Swung on and popped up. The shortstop, Sanka, moving over and records out number one. It's a little bit overcast day, which actually can make it a little bit easier for the fielders to see the ball on some of these high pop-ups. We've had some situations where the outfield has had to come running in to make a catch when the infield had a difficult time locating it. Sarah Lyons, the first baseman, now up to bat. Mendiola checks her wristband, and here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, and the catch. And there's a collision and dropped. Mendiola and Olivari both thought they had it, and Lyons winds up on first. Hannah Jackson, the shortstop. Now up to bat. As the Apaches find themselves in their first bit of trouble here in the top of the fourth. Mendiola's pitch in for a strike. Mendiola checks with the dugout. Checks her wristband. And here's the pitch. Swung on, into center field. Now, correction, very short center fielder as Sanka just has to take a few steps back. That ball looked like it was going to go further than it did. And that's the second out of the innings. Hannah Jackson still on first. Excuse me, Sarah Lyons still on first.
Number 8, Grace Childers.
And Grace Childers, the second baseman, takes the plate. First pitch is well outside, ball one. Mendiola gets the signal and steps to the spot, and here we go. Swung on and missed. 1-1 to count. That ball broke to the inside as Childers had committed and then had to try and almost deliver an uppercut swing. They're showing the bunt. There's the bunt down. Mendiola Fields throws and gets her. So, they get out of the inning, but Taylor Marchand, the right fielder, puts the Cardinals on the board for the first time in the game. And after 3.5 innings here at the Division I Softball Championship, your score, the John Paul II Cardinals won, the Antonian Apaches won, here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. And we are back here for the start of the inning. Swung on and missed by number 20, Lauren Sanchez.
Now batting for Antonio, number 20, Lauren Sanchez.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after that first out of the inning, number 32, Andrea Guerra, the designated player, comes into the box, just off the plate. And that was Jonte's first 3-pitch strikeout of the contest. Yeah, that first pitch there was a ball. Just missed right there with that one. Pumped that in there for strike 1. That brings the count to 2-1 on Andrea Guerra. Here's a pitch. Just a little bit high and a little bit outside, so Guerra brings the count 3-1. We will see if she's swinging here. Here's a pitch. In there for strike 2. Looks like she was taking. That one also was in on the inside part of the plate. That brings the count full. Here's a pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains 3-2. Sammy Samler comes over to have a quick word with her pitcher. Interesting to note that Samler at third base is not wearing protective face shield. Most of the third basemen have worn it this week, but it is optional. Here's the pitch. And Guerra draws the walk. Patient at bat. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Kelsey Selva, for Antonian. Once again, we'd like to extend our thanks to the Texas Association of Sports Officials and the Southeast Chapter who have provided the umpires for today's game. These contests are not possible without them. As umpire Lee Dupree rules that one a strike, hitting the outside part of the plate. And there is a shortage of officials out there, so if you are interested, contact your local TASO chapter, sign up for training to become an official. Outside. Ball one. 1-1 the count now to Selva. As Antonian looks to try and retake the lead that they gave up the last inning. Here's the pitch. Dupree giving the outside part of the plate. One and two the count now to Selva. Swung on right to the first baseman. She drops it, but is able to pick it up and get to record the out there. Missed out on a potential double play, but Lyons was able to record the second out of the inning. And Milani Muir, the left fielder, is coming on. And a quick chat now between the umpire and the coach. We might be seeing a courtesy runner here. And in fact, we are. Waiting to see the number. And that is going to be number 5, Haley Maya, as the courtesy runner.
Number 5, Haley Maya coming in as the courtesy runner.
Replacing Guerra.
To bat, number 3, Milani
Mirror. And the umpire readies them for play again. Mirror steps into the box. Runner on second, but 2 outs. Here's a pitch. That one a little too low, in there for a ball. The second baseman, Childers, came running over to see if there might be a potential throw. You'll see a lot of shuffling and moving out there. Swung on, foul back. 1-1 the count. Jonte's pitch swung on and foul back over our heads. One and two the count. Tamir swung on, slapped over to left field. It is going to go foul. Excuse me, over to right field. Marchand not much of a chance to get that one. Jonte taking her spot. Mirror in the box. Here's a pitch. Outside. Brings the count to 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And that's the end of the 4th inning of play. So after 4 full innings, here at the Division I Championship, it is the John Paul II Cardinals 1, the Antonian Apaches 1. Here on continuing coverage of the TAPS Baseball and Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
You get knocked down, you get back up.
Tell me if there's any pain, okay? Here we go.
Get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up.
At Children's Health Andrews Institute, we're here to turn your kid into a comeback kid.
You get knocked down! You get back up! You get knocked down! You get back up! No!
Here for the start of the 5th inning. Ansley Bogue, the left fielder, leading off. She'll be followed by the leadoff hitter, Emma Rodriguez, and Emily Jonte. So we'll have the 9th place hitter, followed by 1 and 2. Mendiola with their first pitch. Bogue tried to bunt at it. Missed, so that's going to be strike 1. Mendiola's actually done a very good job of fielding her positions so far. Has been able to snuff out any bunt attempts. And here's a pitch. And there's the bunt laid down, picked up by the 3rd baseman. And over to first, Huxler to Morales. Huxler playing in very close. And that records the first inning of the first out of the inning as the leadoff batter, Emma Rodriguez, the starting center fielder, heads to the plate. She is definitely one of the power threats on this team with 12 home runs on the year. Mendiola getting her signal from the dugout. And Rodriguez got tired of waiting around, called time, and now steps back into the box. Mendiola steps to the spot. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 1. Swung on, hit high. The right fielder, Selva, taking a look. But that one goes into the out-of-bounds territory. Looks like we see Taylor Marchin over in the one of the cages, throwing some warm-up pitches. When she might be coming, they might look to bring her in, but she's getting ready just in case. 1-1 the count as Mendiola readies her pitch. That paints the inside part of the plate there. 4 strike 2, says our umpire, Lee Dupree. Off the pitch. That one's ruled a ball. Swung on and fouled off down the left side. Count remains at 2-2. As the number 9 hitter, Bogue, looks to try and work her way on base. I don't think she's going to be able to bunt her way on. So far, the Antonian defense has been very efficient at cleaning up anything in the infield. Outside of one pop-up where both Mendiola and Olivari thought they had it. That's off the plate for ball 3. A little bit too far inside. Excuse me, it's Rodriguez at the plate, not Bogue. Rodriguez looking to see if she can get one that she can drive. The outfield for the Apaches, well back. Swung on, hit deep into right field, going back, and this one is gone. The second home run of the day for the Cardinals, the 13th on the season by Rodriguez. And the Cardinals' power game has just powered them into the lead. As the Antonian defense comes together to discuss what they're going to discuss the strategy for the rest of the inning, as Emily Jonte, the starting pitcher, heads to the plate.
At the plate number 13, Emily Jonte.
First pitch by Mendiola off the inside part of the plate, and that'll be 1-0. Here's the pitch. 2-0 the count. And it's probably, that last home run probably made Big Blue Bertha happy. It's the team's fish that travels to games in an aquarium that has a battery pack to keep the water circulating. That one's off the plate as well for a 3-0 count. As Jonte looks to try and find her way on base one way or another. Should probably be taking all the way here. Here's Mendiola's pitch. And she takes ball 4. So our starting pitcher, Emily Jonte, trots down to first.
Number 6,
Aubrey Hutzler up to bat now, and we're going to have a full mound conference as head coach Johnny Villanueva heads out there to talk with his team. We'll step away here for a moment. Well, hang on, the catcher's putting her mask back on, so whatever this conversation is may be over. I was wondering if they might be making a pitching change, but Villanueva has trusted his freshman throughout the year, and he's not going to stop now. Coach Jamie Baker Nelson having a word with Hutzler and the on-deck batter Taylor Marchin. And we're set Swung on and driven into right field, but Selva's right there. Kelsey Selva was perfectly positioned and gets out number 2. So that's going to bring Taylor Marchin to the plate. Marchin, of course, got the scoring started for John Paul II the last inning with a home run to just about dead center field. And she steps out of the batter's box. Mendiola getting her signal from the dugout, checks her wristband. There we go, swung on a miss, swung on and off the pitcher's glove. But they may have bluffed the runner off of second, and they did. Mendiola had a hard time fielding that. The runner, Marchin, was going to be safe, but Jonte, who had made it to second, was fooled by the fake throw over to first and headed out a little bit too far, and they were able to throw her out there. So that brings us to the end of the inning, but another home run for the Cardinals, and they now take a 2-1 lead over the Antonian Apaches here at the Division I State Softball Championship on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We'll be back in a moment.
You get knocked down, you get back up.
Tell me if there's any pain, okay? Here we go.
You get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up.
At Children's Health Andrews Institute, we're here to turn your kid into a comeback kid.
You get knocked down! You get back up! You get knocked down! You get back up! Go!
II has made their change. Taylor Marchin is going to come in from right field to pitch the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. This is what the Cardinals did yesterday, and they should be moving Emily Jonte out to right. And in fact, Jonte is out there. This is what they did yesterday in their victory over Ursuline Academy. Jonte took the first 4 innings, and Marchin comes in to polish off the rest as they look to hold on to this 2-1 lead here. As we start off with the number 9 hitter, Esther Martinez. She is going to be followed by Haley Sanka and Giannis Morales. That pitch is well outside. And it's ball 1. Apaches pushed 1 run across in the first. The Cardinals have responded with home runs in the 4th and the 5th inning. Swung on and an attempted slapper, but that one goes foul. The Cardinals infield is playing medium depth. The infield is definitely pulled in, anticipating some sort of a bunt or a slap hit. Both Samler, the first baseman, and Lyons. Samler, the third baseman, and Lyons at first are pulled in as that ball is slapped foul. Umpire wants to take a look at that ball, make sure it hasn't gotten too scuffed up. And they hand a new ball to Taylor Marchin. now on the mound. 1-2 the count now to Esther Martinez, the starting center fielder. That one goes well over her head. She was trying for the running slap, but she would have had to reach up with the bat to get that one. 2-2 the count. Jonte steps to the spot. Looking, and here's the pitch. Too high, a little bit high again. 3-2 the count. Martinez definitely looking to try and go for the running slap to get a little bit more speed if she goes down to third base. Here's Jonte's pitch. Swung on and slapped foul off the dugout and out to the parking lot. Three and two the count to the Apaches. Swung on and slapped foul again as Martinez stays alive. Trying to make the brand new pitcher work a lot. And Aubrey Hutzler, is the starting catcher, is going to come out and have a quick word with her new pitcher. And here we go with what could be the payoff pitch. Martinez has been trying to stay alive in this bat. Here's Marchand's pitch. Swung on and slapped right back to the pitcher, over to first, and she's safe. Martinez, using her speed, gets down the line. It was a bit of a high chopper there. Marchand fielded it cleanly and threw over as quickly as she could, but Martinez, very fast down the line, was able to beat the throw in. And that brings Haley Sanka, the leadoff batter, who's also pretty quick herself, so that's speed threat at first and speed threat right now at the plate. And she shows the bunt. Umpire rules that she made an attempt at swinging it, so that's strike one now for Marchand, as she attempts to get around the leadoff runner. There's a very high chop off of the turf here. Swing, and there's the bunt, and it goes foul. 0-2 the count. So now that bunt is taken off the table, but Sanka was hauling down to first base. Sanka, a lefty batter. She steps in, she looks. Here's Marchand's pitch. Swung on and slapped foul. Oh man, that could have sent the runner to third if that one had stayed fair. And Coach Johnny Villanueva knew it. He was hopping up and down, looking a little bit disappointed that one didn't stay fair, but it just went foul. That leaves the count at 0-2. The third baseman, Samler, is playing very close. Swung on to second base. Oh, and they record the out there as Childers flips it over to Jackson, who covered second to record the out. No chance of a double play. Sanka was too fast down the line. And that's going to bring our first baseman, Giannis Morales, up to the plate for the Apaches. Marchin still dealing with a runner, but she did get the lead runner in Martinez out as that pitch sails high for ball 1. And somebody as fast as Sonka on first base, you do have to be very careful about not allowing any wild pitches or pass balls, because she could easily take second. And there for a strike. Sonka was faking, bluffed a steal attempt down to second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and knocked down by the first baseman. They're going to try and get the runner at third. And she is out. Marchin had a hard time fielding that ball, and then Childers had a hard time fielding it. But Sonka tried to take the extra base from second to third and got thrown out there as Samantha Samler applied the tag. So that's twice the lead run. The runner on first base has been put out. So we still have a runner on first. Morales, and Lindsay Olivari, the catcher, is going to step into the box. Swung on and missed, strike 1. And looks like we have time called by Coach Villanueva as he wants to have a few words with his batters. Olivari is up next, and she's going to be followed by Ella Hutzler. Aubrey Hutzler from John Paul II goes out to have a little talk with Taylor Marchin. And we'll get back to action. 0-1 the count now to Olivari. Swung on a miss, strike 2. So Marchin, after giving up the leadoff single, is 1 strike away from getting out of the inning clean. Marchin looks, here's the pitch. That one skips in and gets away, and the runner Morales scoots down to second. So a well-placed hit here by Olivari could send the runner home. And looks like they will leave Giannis Morales at second base and not use a courtesy runner for her. Here's the pitch from Marchin, 1-2 the count. Swung on and fouled off. Nice cut there by Olivari, but it headed off towards the batting cages. Olivari back in her stance. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be a base hit. The center fielder Rodriguez comes in. They're going to throw home. And Giannis Morales is safe. Olivari takes second, and we are tied. 2-2 as the Apaches come storming back. Nicely hit ball by Olivari out into center field. Emma Rodriguez had a nice throw into home, but wasn't able to make the connection with Hutzler. And Morales comes sliding in to tie the contest up. And we have a courtesy runner, Andrea Martinez, comes in for Olivari at second base. As number 40, Ella Hutzler, with a runner on second, looks to give Antonian the lead back after giving up 2 home runs to the Cardinals. Here's a pitch, swung on, popped up. Lions taking a look over, as was the catcher Hutzler, but that one was destined for the stands from the beginning. It's 0-1 the count now for Marchin. Looking to get out of here with a tie. Here's the pitch. Off the plate into the dirt. The courtesy runner, Andrea Martinez, looked to see if she could possibly take third, but it did not skip far enough away for them to try and make that move down the third. Quick checking the ball, making sure everything's okay. Marchin just took over this inning. Here's the pitch. That one's off the plate. Ball 2 called, so it's 2-1 the count. Third baseman Hutzler looking to try and give her team the lead back. Swung on, but right to shortstop, but the shortstop has trouble with it. Over to the first, got her! Jackson the Lions for that put out, just barely beating out the runner Ella Hutzler, but the Antonian Apaches are not done in this game by a long shot. They tie it up after 5 full innings of play here at the TAPS Division I Softball Championships. Your score, Antonian 2, John Paul II 2, here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We're back here at the TAPS State Softball Championships. Number 14, Samantha Samler, will be leading off the inning for the Cardinals. As they look to regain the lead they lost in the last inning. Swung on and popped up and well out of play. Antonian using well-timed hitting and running to push another run across. That's how they scored both of their runs. John Paul II has relied on their power game with 2 home runs. That one catches the inside part of the plate. Samuel looked a little bit surprised by the call, but Lee Dupree was pretty adamant. That was strike one. Mendiola, Christina Mendiola, the starting pitcher, has pitched very well today. High and outside. She has given up the 2 home runs, though. As she looks to execute the shutdown inning here on John Paul II. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3 as Sandler goes down. And that's going to bring up Sarah Lyons.
Sarah Lyons, number 12, up to bat.
Lyons with a 3-run home run yesterday for the Cardinals. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Right now, the winds are looking out of the south-southeast at 14 miles an hour, so if you can get a ball up into that wind, it could get pushed out. Mendiola looking at her wristband. And here we go. Swung on, foul back to the screen. A little bit overcast out here in Waco today. That actually makes it easier for the fielders on high pop-ups and fly balls. It was clear on Friday. There were some of the fielders were having an issue picking the ball up in the clear blue sky. Here's a pitch from Mendiola. And ball 2. 2-2 the count now. As Sarah Lyons looks to get on base. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Caught her with the high heat, or the rise ball. And that's going to bring the shortstop Hannah Jackson to the plate. If she can get on, Grace Childers would be up next. Mendiola readies. This pitch swung on, hit into deep right field, but Selva was over there. Not enough on that pitch to get it out, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th now. Score remains Apaches 2, Cardinals 2 here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio Network's coverage of the 2021 State Softball Championships. Getting set here for the bottom of the 6th inning, a 2-2 game, and number 20, Lauren Sanchez, is up to bat for Antonian College Prep. Been a good year for Antonian. Champions in cross country as Sanchez swings and misses. And boys basketball won the state championship this year over Dallas Bishop Lynch in College Station. Here's Marchand's pitch. Swung on and missed. Jammed her inside. Not able to catch up to it. And Lauren Sanchez facing an 0-2 count now. Infield at normal depth. Ball one. Here's a pitch. Swung on and fouled off. The next two batters in the order will be number 32, Andrea Guerra, and number 9, Kelsey Selva. Marchand looking, and the pitch. Swung on, and that was going to be picked up by the first baseman. Lions, who will tag the runner out and record the first out of the bottom half of the sixth. So Andrea Guerra
Andrea Guerra, 32, up to bat.
Guerra, the designated player, as Mendiola is listed as the flex. Here's the pitch. Low for ball one. Guerra, a very patient hitter, drew a walk the last inning with several pitches that a lot of players would have swung at, but she held off. Swung. That one hits the outside part of the plate. I said last inning, her last time up to bat. She showed a lot of patience. 0-1 the count now as Marchand looks to record her second out. Infield at normal depth. That ball's high. 1-1 the count. Swung on and missed, strike two. Strike three called. Guerra's willingness to take a pitch comes back to haunt her on that one. And Kelsey Selva steps into the box.
All right, bat number 9, Kelsey Selva.
Pitch in there for a ball. And the umpire wants to take a look at that ball after it may have gotten scuffed up a bit. Provides a new ball, and we'll be ready to go in just a moment. That one's outside as well, as Selva gets ahead in the count 2-0. We'll see if she'll be swinging here. Marchand looks, steps to the spot, and here we go. Swung on, miss, strike one. Selva had the green light there, but wasn't able to connect. Pitch well outside for ball three. Good hitters count right here for number 9, Kelsey Selva. If she makes it on, Melanie Muir will be up next for the Apaches. As these teams are looking to try and break the tie here in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on, popped up. The shortstop Jackson ranges over to her right and records out number 3. So through 6 full innings of play here at Waco ISD, our score remains the John Paul II Cardinals 2, the Antonian College Prep Apaches 2, here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio's coverage of the Division I State Championship in softball. Back here. The inning for the Cardinals will be the number 8 hitter, Grace Childers. She'll be followed by Ansley Vogue, and then the leadoff, Emma Rodriguez. John Paul would like one of the bottom 2 runners to get on to allow the top of the lineup an opportunity to do something here. Here's a pitch. High for ball 1. For ball 2, as Christina Mendiola leaves a cup, trying to tempt Childers to swing at a high fastball. So far, Childers has not taken the bait, so she'll have to come down, trying to force Mendiola to pitch a little more into the spots she likes. That's off the plate for ball 3, so Grace Childers is 1 pitch away from earning a free trip to first base. That one catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1 as Childers was taking all the way. Pitch from Mendiola, swung on, and that one is going to fall in for a base hit. Childers does her job and gets aboard. That one was just over the head of the shortstop Sanka, but not far enough out for Muir, the left fielder, to have a shot at it. As the Apaches come to the mound for a conference to figure out what they want to do in this particular situation. And Coach Jamie Baker Nelson brings the batters and runners over to have a quick chat. And number 3, Ansley Bogue, the left fielder and number 9 hitter. Coming on here. We'll see if she tries to bunt her way on or at a minimum sacrifice her way on. Morales at first is playing up a little bit. And she goes for the bunt, and it goes foul. As the team sends signals to, as the Apaches send signals to their outfield mates. Morales rallying the troops. Giannis Morales definitely, from what we've seen, seems to be the fire behind this team. Now they head back to their defensive positions. And we will see what Bogue does on this play right here. And now back in more of a normal depth position. See if she tries to bunt it here. Nope. Swung on and sent out into left field, and it falls in. Childers is safe at second. That one was two very well placed balls. Oh, too far out for the infielders to catch, and not far enough for the outfielders to have a shot at. And that's going to bring up, excuse me, that's Emma Rodriguez first. Okay, I may have made a mistake. It was Bogue Bogue was the leadoff hitter. So now we got the pitcher, Emily Jonte. Been a long weekend, folks. Here's a pitch, swung on, and into past third baseman for a base hit. They're going to hold the runners. Muir came charging in quickly, but now the Cardinals have the bases loaded.
At the play number 6, Aubrey Hutzler.
And the starting catcher, Aubrey Hutzler, headed up to bat. She is going to be followed by Taylor Marchin, who hit the first home run of the game for John Paul II. And Olivari, the starting catcher for Antonian, wants to have a chat with her battery mate. They're not going to do a pitcher switch. Johnny Villanueva's out there giving instructions to his team. High leverage moment right now here for John Paul II and for Antonian. Mendiola getting her signal. Here's a pitch. Swung on and flied into right field. Fielder's coming on, and it drops in for a hit. One run is in. Here comes, and that's all that's going to score. But Aubrey Hutzler does the job. There were three fielders converging. I think Coach Baker Nelson wanted Emma Rodriguez to keep going, but she had slid in the third. So we're going to move on now to Taylor Marchin. That is the first run for John Paul II that was not by home run today. And Marchin, who hit the first home run of the game, now up to bat. Mendiola checking her wristband. And Marchin will call time. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Well inside, ball one. Rodriguez pumping up her freshman pitcher. Mendiola looking, here's pitch. Well inside, ball 2. Christina Mendiola looking, here's the throw. And it's a hit batter. So that will drive in another run as Rodriguez goes home, and Marchin will take the free pass to first base off the hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up Samantha Samler. Again, with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 7th, and John Paul II has now taken a 4-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Mendiola was trying to work Marchin inside throughout that last at-bat, but got a little bit too far inside and drove in a run with a hit by pitch. Samler down in the count 0-1. Swung on and miss. 0-2 the count now. Getting a little bit excited right there. Swinging at the high fastball. Christina Mendiola trying to get her team out of this situation. Give them a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a pitch. Oh, very high. Samler had to duck out of the way of that pitch. 1-1 the count. Go. And that one's in there for strike 3 on the inside part of the plate, called by the home plate umpire, Lee Dupree. So that's the first out of the inning for the Cardinals. But that's going to bring up Sarah Lyons. Hit a 3-run homer yesterday. Would love to hit a grand slam today if she could. Mendiola would absolutely love to strike her out as well. Swung on and missed, strike 1. She looked like she might have been swinging for the fences there. Mendiola would love a strikeout, or a pop-up would also do quite nicely. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 by Lyons. Maybe getting a little bit, eyes might be getting a little bit big there, right there. Okay, let me make a correction. We have 2 outs in the inning. Strike 3. And that ends the inning, but John Paul II has plated 2 runs in the top half of the 7th. And as we head to the bottom of the 7th, the Cardinals are 3 outs away from a state championship. The Apaches are going to look to rally. It's John Paul II Cardinals 4, Antonia College Prep Apaches 2, here on the TAPS State Softball Championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. John Paul II scored 2 runs in the top half of the seventh to stake themselves to a 4-2 lead as Taylor Marchand looks to close the game out and claim John Paul II's first state championship in softball. Antonian is going to look to try and rally. To at least tie the contest up. And we're going to lead off the inning with number 3, Milani Muir.
Number 3, Milani Muir.
Marchand, the pitcher. Leaves that one outside. Here's a pitch. Off the inside part of the plate. 2-0 now the count to Mirror. She is going to look to get on any way she can. She's going to be followed by Esther Martinez and Haley Sanka. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Emily Jonte was the starting pitcher. She was replaced at the start of the 5th by Marchand, which has been their usual pattern throughout the year, as that pitch by Marchand finds the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So Mirror's gone from up 0-2 to being even. You have to start swinging at some of these here. That one was low. So it's a very good thing she didn't follow my advice right there, as she draws the count full. Swung on and fouled off. Quick chat there with Samler and Aubrey Hutzler and Marchand. Here's a pitch. Inside, and that will be a walk for the number 8 hitter, Milani Muir. She gets on base any way she could. In this case, drawing the walk. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Esther Martinez. Martinez hit a high chopper the last time. It was fielded by Marchand, but she was so fast down the line that she made it safe before the throw. Marchand looking and dealing. Swung on and slapped foul. Mirror looked like she was taking off there. We'll see if she tries to steal a base. Tony would love to get the lead runner, have a runner on second rather than just first. Martinez. And here's the pitch. Slapped foul down the left field side. Esther Martinez trying the running slap. Wants to try and straighten it out. See if she can get it over the head of Samantha Samler, who is playing very close in at third base. Here's the pitch. Well outside for ball 1. One and 2 the count. Marchin's pitch. Swung on, slapped high. That one is going into the outfield and not able, into the foul territory. Not able to come up with it was Ansley Bogue. Tried to slide for that one, not able to pull it in, so the count remains at 1-2. Left-handed hitter Martinez slaps it past the third baseman, but over to short. But it's not in time. Martinez using her speed again to beat out the throw as Jackson fielded cleanly but wasn't able to throw it over to Lyons in time. So now Antonian has runners on first and second with nobody out, and that's going to bring up our leadoff hitter, number 22, Haley Sanka, as they are trying to rally here in the bottom of the seventh, trailing 4-2 to John Paul II. Romeo Calhoun, the assistant coach, out there to have a chat with the team. Apaches had to work themselves out of a dangerous situation in the last inning. The Cardinals are going to have to do the same here. Haley Sanka now at bat. Marchin looks, and here's the pitch. Sanka attempting the bunt. They rule that one. Ball one. Bunted down over to third base. She throws over to the shortstop who's covering and gets the lead runner. Great play there by Samantha Samler. She fielded the bunt and rather than throw over to first, turned around and sent it over to Hannah Jackson who was covering. And that's the first out of the inning, and more importantly, it keeps a runner off of third base. Here's Giannice Morales. Left-handed hitter stepping in against Marchin. One out, runners on first and second. Swung on and fouled back. Heads up play there by Samler to turn around and make an accurate throw to the covering shortstop. Record that first out and keep a run off third. Well inside. And in fact, they ruled that it hit Morales. So Morales earns a free trip down to first and doesn't even have to go sit through a 2-hour presentation. So that's going to bring up the catcher, Lindsay Olivari, with bases loaded and one out. Same situation that the Apaches found themselves in the last inning, but managed to get out of it. Marchin is going to be looking for either a strikeout or at worst a pop-up. Ground ball could be dangerous. Hits the outside part of the plate. Strike one to Olivari. Marchin. Swung on and missed, strike two. Jammed her inside. Ella Hutzler, the third baseman, will be the next batter up. Silvari steps out of the batter's box to get herself composed, and now digs in. Here's a pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Pitch. Swung on in. Foul back again. That one hit off something on the roof and then came back into the field of play. Almost hit our home plate umpire, Lee Dupree. 0-2 the count now to Olivari as Marchin is trying to find, looking to get out of this dangerous situation right here and claim the state championship for her Cardinals team. Stepping to the spot. Here we go. Just a bit low, ball one. Trying to get Olivari to go fishing. But she did not take the bait. Marchin's pitch. Strike three call on the, just caught the inside part of the plate. And that's the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring Ella Hutzler, the third baseman, up to bat.
Third baseman, number 40, Ella Hutzler up to bat.
And Aubrey Hutzler, the Cardinals catcher, I do not know if they are related or not, heads out to chat with Taylor Marchin. John Paul's second Cardinal fan base getting the "I believe that we will win" chant up and going. So here we go, bases loaded, 2 outs, and Aubrey Hutzler, representing what might be the last hope for the Apaches. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one. Marchin seems to have found her control again. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. And Antonian is down to their final strike. Ella Hutzler stepping into the box. Taylor Marchin 1 strike away from claiming the state championship. Swung on to the shortstop, over to third, got her! And the ball game is over, and your 2021 TAPS Division I state softball champions are the John Paul II High School Cardinals in their first trip to the state championship. The Cardinals rode the big bats and the 1-2 pitching duo of Emily Jonte and Taylor Marchin. A tough end to the season for the Antonian Apaches, who played terrific offense and defense throughout this state Final Four. As well as excellent pitching from Christina Mendiola. Just was not enough today for them, as John Paul II claims the school's first softball state championship. In just a few moments, we're going to turn it over to our PA announcer, Karen Ramirez, who will be conducting the awards ceremony and the announcing of the all-tournament team. Cardinals players exchanging hugs on the mound. And now they're trying to get them lined up for the awards presentation. Robert Huckabee, TAP's Executive Director, Associate Director, and Director of Athletic Compliance, will be making the presentations today.
At this time, we will have an award ceremony, and making the award presentation today is Robert Huckabee of the TAPS office. The TAPS Softball Division I All-Tournament presentation. Athletes who have the honor of making the All-Tournament team, please come forward to receive your medal when your name is called. All-Tournament team members include, from Ursuline Academy, Junior, Anai Winings, and Senior, Lauren Norval. From St. Agnes Academy, Senior, Callie Young, and Senior, Kate Bolger. From John Paul II, Emily Jonte, Jr. From Antonian College Prep, Lindsay Olivari. From John Paul II, Emma Rodriguez, Jr. From Antonian College Prep, Janice Morales. From John Paul Jr., Aubrey Hutzler. From Antonian, Lauren Sanchez. From John Paul, Taylor Martin. And from Antonian, Christina Mendiola. We would like to recognize the Antonian Apaches for a great season that has them finishing as the state runner-up in the TAPS Division I state softball tournament. The Apaches were led by head coach Johnny Villanueva. Coach Villanueva will now hand out the medals to their team. Number 1, Esther Martinez. Number 2, Christina Mendiola. Number 3, Melanie Muir. Number 4, Elena Lowen. Number 5, Haley Maya. Number 7, Arden Martinez. Number 8, Andrea Martinez. Number 9, Kelsey Silva. Number 11, Isabel Lieber. Number 16, Lindsay Olivari. Number 18, Janice Morales. Number 20, Lauren Sanchez. Number 22, Haley Sanka. Number 23, Hannah Maya. Number 32, Andrea Guerra. Number 40, Ella Hutzler. The Apaches were coached by head coach Johnny Villanueva and assisted by Gina Ramirez and Ray Solis. Congratulations, Antonian College Prep, on a great season. And here's your state runner-up plaque.
I'd like to be handing the state runner-up plaque and banner to Coach Villanueva. A terrific season for the Apaches. Just comes up a little bit short here in the state championship game. And we'll have the presentation in just a moment of the championship medals and trophy to head coach Jamie Baker Nelson and her John Paul II Cardinals.
Now, congratulations to John Paul II Cardinals for a great season and has a finishing as the state champions in the TAPS Division I state softball tournament. The Cardinals were led by head coach Jamie Baker Nelson. Coach Baker Nelson will now hand out state championship medals to her team. Number 1, Emma Rodriguez. Number 2, Mia Riccio. Number 3, Ansley Bogue. Number 4, Itzel Martin Huesca. Number 5, Taylor Martin. Number 6, Aubrey Hutzler. Number 7, Hannah Jackson. Number 8, Grace Childers. Number 9, Julia Murray. Number 10, Aubrey Schultz. Number 11, Kendall King. Number 12, Sarah Lyons. Number 13, Emily Jonte. Number 14, Samantha Samler. Number 15, Adriana Beavers. Number 16, Olivia Obi. Yes. And team manager, Marie-Therese Nassau. The Cardinals are coached by head coach Jamie Baker Nelson, assisted by Romeo Calhoun and John Griffin. Congratulations to John Paul II Cardinals on a great season, and here's your state championship trophy.
Coach Jamie Baker Nelson receiving the state championship trophy and banner. So congratulations to the John Paul II Cardinals, claiming the school's first softball championship. And we're going to take a break right now here on Tabs TV. Our next game is scheduled to start at 3 o'clock, and that's going to be our Division II championship featuring Grapevine Faith Christian and Houston Second Baptist School. Until then, this has been your play-by-play announcer, Mike Weber, saying